And for some odd reason, my mic was muted, but the Wednesday Sports Talk Show co-host, hosted by Edward Hall and co-hosted by Mark Gregory. And I'm Mark Gregory, and we're waiting for the host of the show, the man of the minute, the man of the hour, the man, the myth, the legend, to get on here to take over his show. But till then, all we'll talk. But we'll go ahead and put up this graphic right here. He's got a pretty good little lineup for us here. And wow. And talking about the man a minute, there he is.
Yeah, we got a pretty good lineup going on with Emma from Bell County. It's going to be I ain't going to say it a new sport, but it's going to be a newer sport to us because we've only had a couple guests on about tennis. So, I'm looking forward to that. And then we've got Aubrey, and I think Kira ain't going to be able to make it, but Bailey and Lindsay is going to be on from Barville softball, talking about how their season's been going, and I'm looking forward to it. But while we're waiting on our first guest to come on, Mark, I don't know if you've seen this, but they've brought out the Ameridew, and they've brought back the Whiteout Mountain Dew. Maybe Mountain Dew become one of our sponsors now. It's a big shout out.
Dad fuel.
But while we're waiting on our guest, Mark, how's things going?
I'm sleepy today. I don't know if it's just this weather. I don't know what it is. It's just blah. Just in a blah kind of mood and just blah, But other than being blah, I'm all right, I guess. Blah.
What?
Blah.
All I heard was a bunch of blah.
Yeah, blah. Yeah. This rain and weather just make me feel like blah. I feel like going outside. Blah. Yeah. But we need it to rain, I guess. Blah.
I guess, folks. See what I got to put up with. That's why I'm starting to, starting to get a little thin on top here.
Blah.
But we got some pretty good plans. Hopefully, if everything pans out, weather and everything like that, we got some pretty good plans this weekend, and looking forward to that. And so, but Mark, are you ready to bring on our first guest?
We are ready.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
So I'm actually excited to learn a little bit more about tennis. So first off, I do want to thank you for taking your time, and see you're already getting the round of applause there.
Yeah.
So
I was to talk some more about tennis.
So what part of your season are you in right now? Are you in like the region matchups going towards state?
Yeah.
What part?
We just finished our regular season, and we'll start regions coming up next week.
So where's it? You know where it's hosted at this year?
South Laurel is going to host it this year. We hosted it.
See, Mark, that's not too far from you. You need to get up there and capture some tennis action.
Yeah.
I can do it.
So before I get you over to Mark, I got to ask you, give me your thoughts on how your seasons went this year.
I think our season has went good so far. We played pretty good as a team, and my singles and doubles has went good. I played doubles with Mal and Warren, and then singles obviously by myself. But the season's went pretty good so far.
Absolutely, but Mark, I know you got like 1,002 questions, so.
I just watched a tennis meet last night. I got back like 12 o'clock, and some of them things can get a little long, especially if the tennis courts has got lights. Like does this tennis court have no lights, or does it have lights? That's the difference. Being home at 8 to 12, so I figured that out about it.
Yeah. our tennis courts at Bell High have lots, and we just got a new facility, our covered courts, so they have lots, so our matches can last as long as they need to last.
Yeah. So have you ever come out of the new facility and at like 2 o'clock and you're like, ah,
No, not made it to the clock 2 o'clock yet, but we've had some late matches now that we've got our covered court and the lots. It's been pretty nice.
but this is about. I've covered quite a bit of tennis this year. I just haven't had luck with my camera. Now I finally got up to cover some tennis, but now my camera's like, ah, another
Yeah.
story for another day. But
Okay.
and and taking tennis shots is pretty hard because you have like 17,000 matches all at one
Yeah.
time. And there's no scoreboards, you just keep the score. You just flip them little
Yeah.
cards back or forth, and then you got to run say, now who's winning? Because then when you think you know who's winning, all of a sudden you just turn them around and you change them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I thought she was winning. No, it's that,
Yeah. Tennis
But
is
it's hard.
definitely like a different than other sports in that way because you're calling your own lines and you're keeping your own score, so you have to keep up with that yourself.
Um, and you mentioned it there about calling your lines and calling outs and ends.
Yeah.
I know I've talked to people. I know you're a very honest person, and you're a good sportswoman or sportsman woman, or however you want to put it, a good sport.
Yeah.
And I mean, how hard is it? I mean, if you think that the other person might be, I'm not going to use the term
Yeah.
cheat, but a few calls you think should have went your way, they called it the other way. How hard is it? Like, well, she's going to do that. I'm going to start doing this.
Yeah, it's always hard the calling your own lines, like it's just a part of tennis and that is one of the challenges to tennis is calling your own lines, but you always have to like give the other person the benefit of the doubt and that they're trying their best to make their best calls and you're gonna miss some calls and they're gonna miss some calls and that's kind of part of it.
But I mean, and on that aspect of stuff, I mean, as far as accuracy, I mean, during the game,
Mhm.
and we know even judges or refs ain't perfect. If you had to give yourself like a percentage base, how perfect do you think you are on the calls when you're trying to say you're actually trying to get yourself in
Yeah,
position to actually hit the ball back, but then you're also watching the line too. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
how
sometimes
accurate?
yeah, I think it depends on like, you play some matches and the girls will be like hitting the lines and hitting a lot of balls close to the line. And then some of the times the matches like the outs are not close. And so it's easier to call. So it definitely depends on that. But I would say if it's a close match and they're hitting close to the lines and you're hitting close to the lines, I would say both you guys are probably gonna miss one or two calls, I would say, a match, which is hard, but I mean, just like any other sports, like refs miss calls too, and that's kind of just part of it.
Your first serve stuff, and you even see that through all the ranks through college and
Yeah.
even in the professional levels. The lady or the man like, wow, it's hard they can, and probably at about 50% clip, they'll get that first serve over.
Yeah.
They don't get the first serve, then it's much
Yeah.
easier. I mean, so how do you think your first serve percentage is at this point in time?
I think I think serving is definitely one of my stronger qualities, I guess, in tennis. I feel like I have a pretty good first serve. I've been working on it a lot. But you definitely do have to like take the pace off and have more spin to get your second serve in because you definitely don't want to have any double faults. You don't want to be missing your first or your second serve. But I would say first serve, I would say like a good first serve percentage. You can get it 60% even. That's a pretty good first serve
Yeah,
percentage. Yeah.
it is. Um, and on the second serve, is it like when you know you have to slow the ball down? And I've even seen on some events where the guy or the girl that's just barely tapping the ball just to make sure they get it in that
Yeah.
corner. I mean,
Yeah.
is it like when you know you're on that second serve, you're like defending yourself because you know this ball's gonna come back at you about 100 mile per hour?
Yeah, it is hard, like, sometimes the pressure gets to you and you just sort of like, "Oh my gosh, like, I have to get this in, I have to make this ball," especially if it's on, like, a big point. But I mean, the way like if you hit a kick serve, which is top spin, and you're putting spin on the ball, you still have to hit. You still have to just hit the ball and let it go and hit with a good bit of pace to keep the control because it's hard to control a serve, I guess, if you're like halfway hitting it. So you still have to hit your serve either way.
So like in tennis, and quote me if I'm wrong, and because again, this is my first year that I've actually got out covered it or tried to cover it. You just have individuals, and you
Mhm.
also have teams, and then
Yes.
it's region and then state.
Mhm. So we'll
So
have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
so you go against the 13th region teams and individuals and team wise,
Yeah.
and then like state, do you do individual team wise?
Yep. So I think we'll have region, and I think they're actually playing some of the team region this week. I think, but you'll for team region you play 3 singles and 2 doubles. So you get a point for each court you win. So if you win 3 out of 5 of those matches, or 5 out of 5, or 4 out of 5, or whatever, you would win as a team. And I think they just take the winner of each region and take them to state. I'm not sure how they're doing the team region this year because they switched like the individual. They kind of switched it up. So the individual, we're doing like a region, a sectional, and then a state tournament this year. So we'll play our region, and then I'm not sure about all the sectionals, but our sectional tournament is the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th regions. And so the top 4 from each region will go to the sectional, and they'll play it out to like a semifinal, and they'll take those 4 to state. So the state this year will be around a 16 from each section. So they're playing it a little bit different than they had in past years because normally there was just a region and a state tournament.
Well, I'm hearing from some inside people. I'm not saying my sources is all that, but maybe like the individual tournaments might start next week, to
Yeah.
where there's so many players
Mhm.
that there's a possibility that these games are going to be going through school hours, like
Yeah.
9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., because there are so many different
There's so
players.
many matches. Yeah. That's how we've done it in like years past. Is there's so many matches in the first round. Like our region tournament is a round of 32, and it's not just like basketball. It's your team, but in tennis it's an individual match that has to be played. So it's a lot different than just a couple of basketball games. It takes a lot longer.
So I mean, as a student, also, you still got this thing still
Yeah.
called school, and
Yeah.
how hard does that make it on you personally to be able to make up your assignments? Just say if you're winning every one of your matches that day, and you're from daylight to dark, because you're just winning
Mhm.
every one of your matches, and you literally miss a whole day of school
Yeah.
to play tennis.
Yeah, it does make it challenging to play. I mean, it always does in playing. I play volleyball too, so playing 2 sports and balancing school. But I like to try to stay on top of all my assignments, and like if I can ask for an assignment beforehand before I go, then that makes it easier too.
So you got any of your teammates that try to hit the teachers with the puppy dog eyes and say, "Come on, man, give me a break. Give me a break. I'm gonna be doing this all day."
I think that most of our teammates say are good students too and stay on top of their schoolwork, so that's good.
Well, I would try to do the guilt on them, you know.
Try to get
Oh,
out of an assignment.
yeah, but a
Well,
good
I would too.
interview.
Then I'd ask them if I could take me a quick, like, 20-minute power nap before I
Yeah,
had to head off to my match or something.
yeah. I wish that would be
Uh,
nice.
yeah, but I didn't know nothing about. I was familiar with the scoring system,
Mhm.
15 love, 20, 30
Yeah,
love, stuff like that. But as far as the ins and outs of the game,
yeah,
I had no idea about it at the beginning of the year. And
yeah,
again, you've again been awful helpful too about explaining us how the in and outs work, and which we've had other student athletes too. So
yeah.
very thankful for you teaching us this game, And by learning from youngs, when we do go to these events, we actually know we.
Yeah,
I mean, Edward. I'm sure Edward would tell you the same thing. He's probably a little bit more confident now than what he was at the beginning of the year about going to these tournaments and stuff because now we have a really good idea about how it's run. And
Well, I don't know if I'd consider myself comfortable because I still don't know a whole lot. The only thing I know is I see them doing a whole bunch of running and trying
yeah,
to hit the tennis ball. So I
yeah,
well,
still don't know a whole lot about it.
I feel pretty good. It's like if it's singles, they go by the inside lines. If
yeah.
it's doubles, they go the whole court
Mhm.
basically. And is the serve still the same in doubles as it is singles that you got to get the lower
Yeah,
corner? Okay,
yeah,
that's
you
what I
have
was
to hit it
thinking.
in the diagonal box. Yeah,
And I'm getting it. I'm getting it
yeah.
slow.
In doubles, it is a little different with serving. You don't serve like as close to the middle. You serve a little bit wider because you have your teammate up at the net. So you want to balance out your court. You don't want to leave like the court open. If you're in the middle, you're leaving it wide open for the opponent to hit to. So it's a little bit different, but you're still serving in the same box and stuff.
Um, one more question I'll let Edward have. I know Edward's got hundreds of questions too, but I will keep you 2.5 days because this is really interesting because I'm learning a lot too. Um, and you said you play doubles too.
Mhm. Yeah.
How I know you got to work with your teammate and all that stuff. You got to work together. But now, how hard at times is it to keep your composure? Like if your teammate's against the net and you're playing back, and you just know if that teammate of yours would just let that ball go through, you're going to forehand smash it and get
Yeah.
that corner, get the point for you. And then
Uh-huh.
they just knock it across the fence. You're like, I could have had that. I had a
Yeah.
better angle. I mean, does that ever happen a lot?
Yeah,
With
sometimes that does happen, like, the person at the net thinks they can have the volley, and then but then you think that you can hit the forehand, so then it's a little miscommunication, but the person at the net, I mean, you're taking time away, you're hitting the ball earlier than the person at the baseline, so it is always good to get the volley if you can get it, but sometimes it's, like, can be out of your reach and hard to get, so you can mess up
yeah,
the point. So sometimes I do that to Madeline, so hopefully Madeline doesn't get too mad at me for that, but you just gotta communicate with your teammate about what ball you wanna go after and when you go versus when you stay.
Edward, good interview, good interview.
So, I knew you played volleyball also,
Uh-huh.
and then finding out the other day that you done tennis. So I got
Yeah,
to ask you, how many times have you caught yourself during the middle of a match just like wanting to jump up and try to like spike the tennis ball like you do a volleyball?
a couple times when I'm in doubles when I'm at the net, sometimes I'm like, "I could just hit this like a volleyball."
So I do got to ask you, I think the one tennis meet I got to go to, they
Mhm.
called it an exhibition match. And everything that they was saying was like completely different from the rest of the games that I had seen. So what's like the difference between like a regular matchup and then like an exhibition match?
So, like, an exhibition match, typically, they don't put it in, like, the ranking system, the UTR, um, like, if they don't have enough players maybe to play, like, because normally in a tennis match, you would play 6 singles and 3 doubles to qualify as, like, a whole match, and so sometimes if you don't have, like, enough to play 6 and 3, then it can be an exhibition match, or if you like, a girl sometimes will play a boy on the team for a set, like a practice set, it's kinda like a practice match, I would say, and sometimes, like, the
I got you.
scoring maybe it could be different.
And then I forgot the word what they called it, but it looked like it was like a kind of like what you would call in like basketball. It was like the overtime kind of deal. It was like a sudden death matchup where they went to like
Oh, yeah.
seven.
So, like, a tiebreaker probably. So, if you get to,
Yeah.
like so normally the scoring works, you play, like, 2 sets of 6. So, if you get to 5-5, you have to win by 2. So, it would go 6-5 and then 7-5, or if it gets to 6 all, then you play a 7-point tiebreaker, which is just set like, just points to 7 and win by 2.
So have you ever had to make it to a couple tiebreakers?
Yeah, I've had to make it to plenty of tiebreakers before. One time I played in Corbin, I think it was in middle school, but I was playing a high school match, and we played for like 3.5 hours because it went to like tiebreakers and like deuce and add a bunch, so it took forever. So
So I
the
was gonna ask
matches
you what.
didn't take long.
So what's been your longest match that you've been in?
That was my longest match. It was like 3.5 hours, and that was the longest one.
So like when you're doing your singles, where the inside your lines.
Yeah.
As I've seen like some of the guys that was doing it, if the ball hit the inside of the line, they called it out. Then I've seen some of the other people that if the ball hit the outside of the line, it was out. So is
Yeah.
there actually like a right or a wrong to that, or is it just player preference?
Normally, the rule is if it touches any part of the line at all, it's in. If it doesn't touch the line, it's out.
I got you.
But
So in other words,
it's a close call. If it's close,
all mine's gonna be out.
maybe.
Um, Emma, I cut out a little bit, and I don't know if you'd already explained this. On the tiebreaker, the sets.
Mhm.
Two quick questions on the tiebreaker. You said that it goes to 7.
Mhm.
Do you have to win by 2, or is it
Yes.
the first 2-7?
No, you have to win by 2.
Okay, I didn't know if you had said that or not because I was cut down a little bit. And
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this, and I know you've seen it a lot in the pro ranks before, and you know, I look at a FanDuel account every now and then on tennis
Mhm.
stuff, and does pro or anybody does anything go to 5 sets anymore, or is it all 2 to 3 sets now?
Yeah, so the only people that go to, like, best out of 5 sets is the men's pro, like, the major tournaments. So, like, US Open, Wimbledon, Australian Open, and French Open. They go to best of 5 in the guys, but the girls don't. They go to best out of 3.
So you've never played a 5 setter at
No,
all?
I haven't.
What would be your thoughts on the 5 setter? Would be something you'd like to try, or something you'd like? Nah, nah, nah.
Maybe I could maybe try it one day, but it'd definitely be like it'd be more of a workout because I can imagine playing 5 sets. That would be hard.
Mm.
'Cause that's the only people that do it is the guys pros. Like even in college, like the guys play best out of 3, and like smaller pro tournaments is best out of 3. It's just those 4 tournaments in the pros that the guys will play best out of 5. So it definitely would be a challenge.
So I gotta ask you, do you have like a certain way that you like hitting the tennis ball more than other, like a backhand front,
Yeah.
different? I don't know.
I like hitting my backhand a lot. I would say my forehand probably has more power than my backhand, but my backhand is more consistent, it's reliable. So I'll probably depend more on my backhand side.
So what would you well, what team would you consider as like one of your favorite teams to play against?
Oh, okay. One of my favorite teams we play against. Um, that's a hard question. I liked when we went to South Laurel this year. The players were all super nice. The courts are nice, and I enjoyed it up there, playing up there.
So I know you've probably heard me ask you this question during volleyball, but
Mhm.
during like your tennis practices, has anybody ever like bonked the coach with the tennis ball or anything?
We probably had. I think someone's hit my dad before coaching, but every now and then you'll hit somebody playing.
So if you ever went to like hit the tennis ball and when you did the racket went farther than the ball,
No, I haven't.
have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, I have. Sometimes you let go of the racket, maybe.
That's why I was going to fix to ask you. Have you ever like knew you wasn't going to get to the ball? You tried to throw the racket at the ball or something?
No, I haven't. I think that might be against the rules actually to let go of the racket and hit it. I don't know if that counts. But maybe if you couldn't get there.
So I only seen this once, and this was during the meet that I actually went to see. I don't know if it was a bad racket or whatever, but they called a timeout and allowed the young man to go get him another one. But when he went to hit the tennis ball, like his whole little net right there broke.
Yeah.
So so they have like a rule for that? Like, does the point still count, or do they just like stop the play? I mean,
Yeah, if you break like a string, you normally have to like keep playing at that point. So I've played before I break the string and you just have to play the point out with the broken string. Most of the time you lose that point, but yeah, you just have to play it out and then after the point's over, you can go change your racket.
okay. So before I get you back over to Mark and show you a few things that we made up for you, what would you consider your favorite aspect about tennis?
Probably my favorite thing about tennis is probably serving. That's something I love to practice. I love to serve. I feel like that's one of like something I'm really good at in tennis is probably the serve. So that's probably my favorite thing.
Nice. See, that's probably why that helps you out in volleyball serving a lot
Yeah,
too. So you're getting,
yeah,
I got it. See, I'm catching on now. But Mark,
A much younger version of myself tried to play tennis a little bit. Trust me, I know how hard it is to hit that tennis ball and it's
yeah,
coming at you about 100 mile per hour. I mean, before you got really, really good, how many times did you actually hit the tennis ball so hard it like went over the cages, maybe halfway across the highway and everything else?
yeah. It definitely like takes some practice when you're first like trying to figure everything out. Like sometimes you'll hit it really far out or hit it in the net. But yeah, I've definitely done that a couple times.
Yeah, I've noticed. It takes a lot of technique to it, and the more I've watched it, try to study the game, I've noticed a lot of wrist action too. Like a lot of times, it's like I don't know, maybe a spin action where you're like hitting the ball where it goes like on a
Mhm.
downward like slice, or where you could do it to where it like
Yeah,
slices some. And I know there's a lot of technique to that. I'm sure
yeah.
that takes years of work to be able to master that.
Yeah, it definitely takes lots of practice to like get the different spins down. You know, you can hit top spin, and that's what you hit almost all the time, or flat is no spin, or you can slice and hit back spin. So all that definitely takes like a lot of practice and repetition to get it down.
So just somebody like Raw, like me or Edward, that know little to no experience at all. If you was their coach, how long would it take you to get me and Edward in game form to be
Oh
ready to
gosh,
play?
I think I could give you guys some lessons to get you ready.
So
well,
would
I
it
was
be
going to
like
say there's probably no hope for me. I've done already. Just put me on the bench.
so would it take us a year, 2 months, 2 weeks, half a year? I mean, what would you think? To get
Oh
us ready?
gosh, I don't know. Oh, I really don't know. I think you guys can get it though.
But this is where we needed Ryan. Ryan says he played like for 175 years, so I believe Ryan would be
Yeah.
pretty. I believe you could teach him. But
Okay.
thank you again for your time, and thank you. You've been a great interview, and sorry about that. And you come in here and you've had some laughs with us, and we've had a good time, and that's what it's all about too.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me.
So before I let you go, we do tend to make a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and this is our way of saying thank you for taking your time. And I will also get these sent over to you, and they will be posted on all of our social media sites. But I do got to ask you for one slight favor, though.
Okay.
Out of the two we've made, tell me which one of the two you like the most.
Okay. I like that one a lot. I like that one. I think my favorite is the first one. I like that one. You like the second one more?
See there, Mark, I told you there's nothing
I
wrong with
know,
the OG graphic.
I know.
It's the collage of three. Everybody likes more. But Emma, I do personally want to thank you for taking your time and especially coming on and explaining a little bit more about tennis to us. And you know, hopefully we can make it up to South Florida to get to try to cover you in a region matchup.
Hey, one more quick question before Edward let you go. Like in softball, I've been meaning to ask somebody this. In softball, on dugouts, the teammates are sitting there making chants and noises and banging things and stuff like that. Can your teammates do that in a tennis game for you?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people think like tennis is super quiet sport, but if you go to a college tennis match, it definitely isn't like that. But typically, you're supposed to be quiet while the point's going on, but in between points and stuff, yeah, you can cheer.
Hmm. See, I just learned something right there again.
Yeah.
Well, see, to be honest with you, I was getting nervous. I thought my camera was making an awful lot of racket when I was snapping
Yeah.
pictures. I thought I was being too noisy. So,
Yeah, no, you can
which now,
definitely cheer and go on. And if you ever go to like a college tennis match, they're screaming and yelling. So it's definitely a different environment at a college match.
but Mark, you got anything else for?
No, and Emma's been perfect. And like I piggyback on what I said, she understands it. It's laughter's the best medicine. She sure didn't want to have to give up her time to guys to break me down your game and yeah. She gets enough real life situations between sports and school. She didn't want to be all serious on this, but you've been a really good sport. We've had some good laughs, and at the end of the day, that's what all matters.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Absolutely, like he said, I just want to thank you for taking your time, and best of luck during your region matchups.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a good
Great
interview.
interview, Mark. Great interview.
And and by listening to the like student athletes like Emma, we learn. I feel like I'm a sponge right now. I'm just absorbing all the knowledge, or or we could steal a Bruce Lee term. Emma would say, "This is my cup of knowledge of tennis. This is your cup of knowledge of tennis, Mark. Pour out your knowledge, so then you can learn my knowledge. Something like be something like that. No,
No,
no.
I'm actually texting our other guests, trying to get everything lined out here, but
Well, while you're texting other guests, you want me to go ahead and give us a minute to thank our sponsors while you're squaring that away?
absolutely.
The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackelford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606-344-0217, or you can reach me by email, heather.martinezrealtor@gmail.com.
All right, Mark. I think during the commercial break there, I think our other guests are ready. You ready to bring them on?
Well, I believe you said two earlier. I think unless I went blind, I'm seeing three. So
Actually,
you
I
wasn't.
said three. You just didn't listen. You
Well,
was
no,
worried
they
about your
could.
dad fuel.
Well, I am worried about my dad's fuel, but I thought you had said two, and I thought that you was not being politically correct.
When am I ever politically correct?
I don't know that, but that sounded pretty professional. They just called you a liar. I won't call you a liar. Knowledge still.
No, you ready to bring on our guest?
Yeah, we're ready.
First off, sorry y'all had to sit back there and listen to him try to be politically correct. But I do want to thank you for taking your time for coming on, and I'm gonna ask you your thoughts on how your season's going.
Thank you for having us. Say something. Thank you for having us on.
So just tell me your thoughts on how your season's going.
It started off a little rough, but we've all improved.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like as players
But
and team, we have started working together like a family on the field.
So, Mark, the floor is yours.
Again, I want to thank you for giving us your time. I'm sure you got better things to do on a Wednesday night than sit here and jabber to two old guys here for about 3.5 hours. And yeah, it's until we might keep you on 4 hours. But I do want to thank you for your time for sure. But talking about your season, and I'm sure that any coach or anybody that's played the game, or even young as student athletes, would say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And you're definitely coming on strong and coming on at the right time. And it doesn't matter about wins and losses. It all matters on the improvement on the field. And a blind man could very easily see the improvement that you are putting in and the work that you are putting in. So keep it up on that. Um, what do you think has changed for you? And you could both, all three, take turns answering this. But what has changed for you to make you better? Because there's definitely been improvement from game one to where you're at right now.
For me personally, I think it's been our mindsets, like with each other. I mean, not trying to be
We'll definitely do that, Jimmy.
other, but as a team whole.
And the commitment that everybody's put in.
Yeah, everybody's just more happy to be there, and we're really just like, we got the right head space now. Because in the beginning, we came in and we was not confident, and we didn't think it was gonna come anyway. And then now we're like actually seeing what we can do, and it's brought us along.
Well, like I said, the improvement you could definitely see it from where you started to where you're at now, and definitely whenever teams play Yins, they know Yins has been there. They've got they got to bring their best. There's no off days when Marvel comes to town for sure, and for a team to come together the way Yins did, what was he like? And you don't have to tell me all the secrets of the locker room, but was they like a team meeting, or was they just a bunch of girls that became real close that just said, "Hey, we know we could do this," sort of deal?
I feel like we came together as a team, and we've been more like player led, kind of, where I don't know, we have pep talks before the game to get our head in the right space.
We just all pick each other up,
Yeah,
and tell each other what we need to do, and just help each other.
So is it all you together, or are they like a couple that stands out to you as far as the people like the rah people? Hey, we can do this, we can do this, or is it like all of you, or is it maybe just like a certain group that does it for the whole team?
I think all of us
I think
really
so, yeah.
like we all hyping each other up.
Shields gets us going too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shields does.
I think we've got some more comments on here. Let me see what we get. We're getting all kinds of hits here.
So we actually got one from, looks like, Gary Wayne Williams II that says, question for Bailey. Do you always hit dingers, or is it only after you win an argument with your boyfriend?
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Now we're getting some serious questions now.
I don't know.
Well,
Well,
if it's the only
you
after
know,
the
if you're going to hit
argument
a home
win,
run
then
after
that should
argument,
be every game.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to hit a home run after argument with your boyfriend, the coach is going to probably say, "Go out there and argue with your boyfriend." Then come back out. Or
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would, but and then um, is Brent, how do you all like your? I don't know about that. Well, okay, here we go. Said Aubrey has a special dance she does when she gets on second base.
Oh yeah, me and Jimmy's the only one that can do it. Only us, nobody else.
Go ahead and show me.
So So would you care to show us, or is that just only when you get to second base?
It's only when I get to second base.
Folks, the only way you're going to see the dance, you got to go watch a game, and you got to watch her hit a double or steal second or something like that. Or just tell somebody to move out of their way if she feels like dancing in that spur of the moment. But now you got me curious. So, trust me, you don't want to watch Edward dance. And especially after you eat, it don't work out too well. Yeah, now I've got Edward dancing in my head. I need to take a break. Edward, I'll let you take over on questions.
Well, last time I thought I could do the boogie pretty good, Mark.
Well, probably you're the only one who thought that, but
but I've got to see ins.
Well, that does lead me to one question: who is the best dancer on the team?
Alina.
Carly.
Well, maybe Elena.
Mark, you stole my question.
Okay, maybe Elena send a video so we play next week or something on this second base dance that we're not seeing at all here. Elena, if you're watching, okay.
So, I've got to see ins a couple times this season. And the last game I got to see ins at was a huge win over Middlesbrough. And y'all's energy was like through the roof. But I got to ask you, how do you keep your energy going like that through the entire game? Because I was getting exhausted just trying to take pictures.
You just got to hype each other up.
Yeah, always, no matter what.
If the dugout gets out, we're like, come on, dugout, get back up. Let's go. We ain't going to get down right now. It just helps in pushing us through the game.
Mm-hmm.
See, Mark, you need to be listening and learning from there instead of just telling me that, what you just said about politically correct.
Well, I thought politically correct sounded better than just saying a liar. In the days we live in.
I said 3 names. You just didn't listen.
Which one is more better to say politically correct or just saying a liar? Or, which? So you're not politically correct, or something. Reminds me of some old rhyme, liar, liar, pencil fire, hanging from a telephone wire or something like that.
What? Yeah, so you done got me way off course.
That was old school. I thank God I'm not as old as you, Edward.
Yeah, I ain't gonna touch that one. But yeah, I gotta get your thoughts on your on your coach because I've got to know him quite a bit here a little bit lately. So give me your thoughts on it.
Well, we can't say nothing bad about him because he's watching us.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
I love Jimmy.
Yeah.
He's so funny. He keeps us going too.
He's very excited.
Always.
Do stuff. He's like,
Oh, and his dance moves, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Almost as good as Elena.
Almost.
So we I wonder if it'd do us any good if we'd ask Coach to come in there and show us the second base dance there. I wonder if he would do. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Now that's a moose. Edward, you could learn from that. You could learn from that.
Well, say the next game, I'm gonna have to give a Coach Grubb and me and him going to have to do some dancing lessons here.
He's going to teach you.
But during warm-ups, I got to ask you again about Coach. He said that he always struggles to knock it to you out there in the outfield. So does that always happen in every warm-up or?
Every single time, literally.
Specifically, Kyra. He cannot hit the Kyra ever.
Well, maybe he's just trying to get you a little bit more active to try to come run up real close. And now, this is Coach
Oh,
is
we're
getting
getting
some
all
comments
kinds
now.
from Katie.
That's where the
Says, Jim Jam, where's the scuba?
But now I got to ask you about pitching on the mound. You know, going. Well, what was I think it was 7 innings that you had to pitch. My arm would have fell off and been sitting out there on the mound. So how did you keep it going like you did to be able to find those final strikes and stuff that you needed to pull that win out?
Well, it helped that the defense was behind me, so I wasn't having to throw that many pitches during the innings. And if we did have an error, it just kept going because we had the next batter up.
And I did see somebody kind of run into a fence out there that during that game, but I figured the fence was just trash talking a little bit, so we ain't gonna get to that part. But got to ask you about practices. So what do you do during your practices to keep your energy and your momentum going?
I'd say we just try to do the best that we can and work on the things that we're not good at on a regular day.
There's a good question. So Andrew said, who's the biggest inspiration and proud of these young ladies?
I'd say Shields.
Yeah.
I would say Coach Shields, because if you mess up, she's just going to tell you to get your butt up and do it again.
Yeah. If you're in your head, she's the one
Yeah.
to get you up and get you going.
Well, that does, sound like Coach there. I've got to know her quite good over the last couple of years.
It's sort of like I have to do Edward every now and then when he falls out. Edward, get up, I have to get him going every now and then.
No. So speaking of that leads me into that. Do you all sit and eat the Warhead cotton candy?
Not much.
Well, see, I'm kind of disappointed that Mark ain't trying to show it to you right now because that's all he's been eating the last 37 shows we've had.
I ain't every bit of it. I'm down to Mentos now. Yeah. I don't have nothing to snack on tonight. Well, I got moon pie in there.
So, who would you consider as the most outgoing on your team?
Carly.
Definitely Carly.
Yeah, or Kyra.
Carly or Kyra.
Yeah. Maybe Elena.
Well, Coach is throwing us a little bit. What do y'all plan to do after high school softball is over?
I hope to play in college somewhere, but I don't know.
Yeah, same thing.
I don't really want to play sports after high school.
Well, Andrew said I was shooting for the principal. But Mark, I think they're ready for your hard hitting questions. I think they can handle it.
You knew I was coming for that, but I'm gonna ask them one question, and then I'm gonna have to get their game faces on. I think Coach has got them ready. He's already did the pregame dance for them. We already know the secret to a home run is argue with the boyfriend. I think these young ladies are ready. And we got another question here.
What?
I just cut it off. I'll let you put it on there, Hayward. It says, ask Bailey about the moon at Whitley County.
Oh, no.
Well, I love hugs, so at the end of the game, I tried to give Jimmy a hug, and he went running out all the way to deep center field, and I had to go tackle him for a hug. And when I tackled him, he fell over. Showed his whole crap. The moon was full.
So, Patsy Cline sung a song. Well, what did Patsy Cline? Blew my hood up, Kentucky, keep on shining. Oh. Well, they were blue. No, I just thought it sounded pretty good. But you know, the improvement's there, and we know. Absolutely, you got to post this one.
7 Brew gets them all going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do anything for the 7 brew.
We got 7 brew after that full moon.
Yeah.
So before you go into your hard hitting questions, Mark, go ahead and ask them your dad fuel question.
Hot coffee or cold coffee?
Cold
coffee.
Coach, does anybody drink hot coffee at all? I about guess Coach drinks hot coffee.
No, you don't.
No?
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, he said Coach Shields.
Oh,
She
She
does.
drinks
Yeah.
hot coffee.
She'll
Well,
drink it.
Coach Shields, you can't go wrong with a hot cup of coffee. But that's coffee. Cold coffee is like a flavored coffee.
Yeah.
And Spencer comes into the building now. Yeah. Yep. You're right, Spencer. But okay. Seen improvement, and we know what the ultimate team goal is. I mean, you wouldn't be working your butt off to get to this point if your team goal wasn't to be the last team standing. So what is it going to take for you to reach that ultimate team goal?
Keep putting in 100% effort. Every practice, every game, even on your own time.
We're gonna play the best we can when we do have the opportunity to play to put us in that position.
How do you feel about your first round draw with rival Knox Central?
Yeah.
I think we showed them what we can do.
Yeah, I think we had them a little bit scared.
Yeah, they was. I
Yeah, I
think
think
they
they got a little
nervous.
nervous last
Yeah.
game.
a little shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Thought they was gonna come out and whoop us.
Yeah, it was all giggly and joking. And they seen us. We was locked in.
Yeah, they started getting a little quiet.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If I ain't
Absolutely.
mistaken, I'm pretty sure I think districts held at Pineville this year, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there might be somebody I know that might be down there.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good set of games for sure. Real good competition down there. Good teams. Okay, so you're allowed to take a deep breath if it's needed. The hard hitting questions are fixing to come. So when you're ready, I'll launch them here. Edward gets about halfway through them and then he cracks. I'll just tell you, Edward's not been able to go through them yet. Okay, so I think they're ready. They're ready. Okay, now you can't include coaches or parents or anything like that. It's just teammates only. So all your teammates is like in a 15 passenger van. Okay, we'll read some of these. Go ahead and read that there, Avery.
So Coach Grubb said, I am proud of them all. I get a ton of texts and calls asking if I can unlock the cages for them to get extra work in all the time. And then Coach Shields says, oh, I love you guys.
We love her too.
It just shows the heart, the fire that this team has for that. Okay, so I'll have to use this heart fire to get through this. Okay, now you can't include parents or coaches or anything like that. Just teammates only. They're in a 15 passenger van. They're going somewhere, maybe to a game or something like that. The van tears up. Who's going to go outside and fix that van?
Me. I could do it. I definitely could do it.
So would anybody sit there and help you? Would they hand you the sockets and the screwdrivers, or would they just all be on their cell phones watching you fix the van?
I mean, I hope one of them
I
would help
think
me
she
at
would
least.
demand us to help her. So we would have to help me.
Well, if
So
it was me and Mark, I would hold the flashlight and let him do all the work.
he would most definitely do it. Okay, so you fix the van. Now you're running out of gas. You go to a gas station. Who's paying for the gas? And Savannah says Aubrey can fix it.
Carly and Alina's got that money. They got jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh oh, Spencer's chiming into this. You mean to tell me them Lewis girls can't fix a vehicle?
Oh, Katie and Kinsey better got us too.
I
Matt
know.
better be showing them what
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie said, I bet you I could. But they got all kinds of mechanics. I know where to take my old truck. My truck's falling apart. It's going to Marvel tomorrow. I'm telling you that right now. It's falling apart. I get it fixed if we make it down there. But okay, so you run out of gas. Who's going to pay for the gas?
Carly and Alina. They're the ones with jobs.
Yeah.
They always,
They got the money.
they are always working.
You two continue
Katie
to
said
do
you took
anything.
a
Huh?
day.
That's true, but that's just too much work. Okay, now, last but not least, you're 2/3 away from getting past the hard hitting questions. Now you're retired. You fixed the van, you filled up the van. Now you're wanting to go to a teammate's house, maybe do some Netflix and chill or something like that. No DoorDash, no pizza delivery, no anything. Who's fixing dinner that night?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn's
Oh,
got
yeah.
us.
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn
She's
has
always
got
fixing
us.
us cinnamon buns and everything else.
Yeah.
So why are they fixing it?
Sweets. Definitely
Definitely
sweets.
sweets.
Jocelyn's got the sweets.
Yeah.
But we can't go wrong with that. We've heard about a little bit of everything. Most of the time it's sweets or it's macaroni and cheese. See,
Well, we did hear noodles once, so
yeah, we did. Uh oh, Katie coming in here again. Don't forget Carly's brownies.
Oh,
yeah.
Those are good.
so it sounds like if we want sweets, we know where the hookup's at.
Well, I'm coming to Marvel tomorrow to get my truck fixed and get some brownies. I mean, you can't go wrong getting your truck fixed and get some brownies on the side.
So listen, if y'all start hearing a very loud vehicle pulling up at the school, you know who it is. So just go the opposite direction of the noise.
Yeah, I'm not sneaking in on you. You usually hear me coming off 25, I'm sure. See, you did good. You got through the hard hit questions, and look at them. Not even broke a sweat. Ever gets about 2/3 through them. Jimmy says something here.
Jimmy said we may bring some May the 18th during our first district game.
Ooh.
Well, see, I already had plans on going up there for district, so now it just makes me want to go more.
Yeah, you're locked in. You're locked in now. Edward be there.
But I'm only like
there.
20 minutes from Pineville, so I mean,
I'll
I've
be
got
there.
that.
Half of Pie will be there.
Who doesn't love?
Uh-oh.
So Luke says, what's your favorite 7B drink?
Right now, mine's an ocean breeze with pineapple.
I like the Brew Lagoon with coconut or whatever it's called in it. I don't know. It's good.
I get a lemonade with different flavors in it every time.
Can I let you in on a deep, dark secret? I've never been to 7 Brew.
You got to go
Yeah, you need to.
as soon as possible.
It'll
So
change your life.
I have a feeling I'm going to be told 3 different things here, but what do you personally recommend? The top of the list.
Well, Spencer says a Rocky Road shake is the bomb.
That just sounds good. Rocky Road.
I've never had that.
I've never had barely anything from September. I just always eat a lemonade.
Well, any type of lemonade is where it's at. So
do they have like hot coffee? Or is
Yeah,
it all just
They got a little bit of
they got a
everything.
blondie. Try the blondie.
what's a blondie?
It's
It's
like
a coffee with blonde hair, obviously. I'm just kidding.
I think I think
Get rid
that's
of all the hair and it tastes pretty good.
So Coach said just jump on the bus with us and we will take you if they get a win and we'll make it a district championship.
I'm on that bus. Oh,
Yeah.
guess what? I won't even have to drive it this time. I'm there. For once, I get to peel on the headset. I'll go back there and just bellow out, let the bus driver, try to fight the
So speaking of the bus, so who's the one that does the braiding of the hair when you're on the bus rides?
Lindsay.
I do.
Could you braid Edward's hair?
Yeah.
Well, I might have to grow it out a little bit, but yeah.
Well, that does lead me to another question. Trust me, I've had a lot of experience on this. So on the bus trips, are you at the top with the pillows and covers and headsets, or do you got the speaker jamming, or how do you do it?
Both.
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 Yeah.
Some people, people in the back.
So if you got the speaker jamming, who's the DJ?
Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Jocelyn. Or Kylie.
Sad country music.
All about
Well, so it ain't that slow stuff that gets you all down and depressed before a game. Don't you need some up tempo stuff?
We stopped from the sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just know we gotta do the opposite.
So we did just get another question that says, ask Lynn's, what is the craziest thing a family has done at a game?
My cousin, which is her daughter, brought a fat head of me and was like beating on it when I did something good. She's like, yeah.
That sounds a little violent. And that'd probably make you not want to do something good because you know you're going to get beat half to death afterwards.
So the next question is, did that embarrass you any, or did it make you play that much harder?
I mean, I don't really get embarrassed. I just think it's funny.
Let's say, well, but
I'm trying to think of what kind of chants you do in the dugout there. Do you rehearse the stuff, or does it come out naturally?
It just comes out.
Yeah.
And if somebody don't know it, the person who started just finishes it on their own.
Yeah. And everybody eventually learns.
Yeah.
so Gabby said, I always have to support you. Can never get rid of me, Lynn. So, Mark, you got anything else?
No, they've been perfect. I really like to point just how easy they made the hard hit questions look. I want to hit these questions even more harder because they just made that look like nothing. They made it look like Jello or something. It's
So Coach Shields says they love the throwing up chant.
Yeah.
so. Can we hear the throw it up chant?
Somebody get a bucket. She's throwing up.
Ain't they one about telling the coach to move too or something like that?
Oh.
Yeah. That one's
Yeah,
fun.
it's whenever
I
a
like
foul
that.
ball is like hit towards the coach. We feel in the
I
middle.
thought I
What
seen that a time or two.
What was it? Some of the baseball games a couple of years back, they was going, yep, 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 or something like that. I don't know.
Rip.
Rip.
Uh-oh. Katie's got something else here.
That's when Jimmy's moves start.
Get out of the way.
Yep.
Yeah, in all honesty, and just like the other guests we had on, these girls get it right here, and they get enough real life stuff, school, sports, stuff like that, and they've been nothing but laughs and smiles since they've been on here, and that's what it should be all about, and they've helped make my day, and hopefully I've helped make their day too. And laughter's the best medicine. I'm sure anybody will tell them that. Coaches all, and they get it. They absolutely get it. This should be the fun days of their life.
Well, Mark, if they're anything like me, every time I'm around you, you just give me a headache.
Well, that's true also, but that's that brotherly love. So,
Well, I would say that's just brotherly. I don't know. I wouldn't add the last part.
it's just because you're so much older than me, you're cranky.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But we got more comments coming in.
Now they're coming up my alley, and we miss a Ryan question.
They give me a headache when they see Fazoli's.
You never can go wrong with Zoli's. The all you can eat breadsticks. I can eat them breadsticks from daylight to dark. Are they anything better than Fazoli's breadsticks?
Yeah. Texas Roadhouse rolls and the honey butter. I mean the cinnamon butter.
Yes.
The Texas Roadhouse won our national championship restaurant. I do like Fazoli's. Okay, so you want to ask him the Ryan question?
Yeah, so we normally have another co-host on, but he had to work today. And his favorite question to ask is, do we want to keep it like local, or do we just want to branch out on this one?
Barville only. Barville
Yeah, well,
only. Well, we're going to limit. Don't knock
Barville
the
only.
county. Barville only.
What's
City
your
limits,
favorite place to
Barville.
eat at?
McDonald's.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
San Diego's for sure. I don't know. Maybe like Oven Mitt or something. Yeah, Oven Mitt's pretty good.
And, the McDonald's is the first McDonald's I believe we got. It's always Mexican. Uh-oh.
I can't never have enough Mexican.
B has to have Wendy's.
Yeah. Jimmy says my home runs are because his Wendy's chicken nuggets he gets me.
I do like Wendy's chicken nuggets. But back on the deal about McDonald's, I got to ask you, have you ate the McArch?
No.
No, stay away from that. I mean, I'm probably going to, I don't know. I just do not like that. Yeah.
I have not tried that.
Yeah, I'd probably stay away from it. Just didn't like it, though. I just from the looking at it from, yeah.
All right, so we do tend to make a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and this is our way of saying, see, that's why you give me a headache. I don't have a clue what you're doing up there now. But this is our way of saying thank you for taking your time. And Bailey, I will have yours made directly after the show is over with.
That's his story. He's slacking.
Well, I ain't going to tell you, long story. But out of the two we put together, tell me which one of the two you like the most.
Coach is right. I'm trying to catch up with him.
I just call that way too much decaffeinated coffee.
No, I don't do decaf. That's like drinking water. I mean, Give me the good stuff. And
But
folks listening out there, John Wayne would not have drunk cold coffee if you know who John Wayne was. The Duke.
he probably made cold coffee.
No, not the
But-
Duke.
But out of the two that I'm getting ready to show you, tell me which one of the two you like the most.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh, all up in the screen.
That's kind of tough.
Yeah.
So out of the first one or the second one, which one?
Was there not like 4?
Well, that was for two different people.
Oh.
So the picture with the 3 or the one with the 1?
I think 1.
The one, just the one by itself.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. The lightning is
It's
struck.
just because I don't like that one picture of myself.
Now see what you've done. He will never be able to fit out his door for the next week.
It's gonna be too big.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
lightning
I
is
can
struck.
already see it inflating.
Yeah, lightning is struck.
But before we let you go, does that look like lightning? What he's doing with his fingers?
I thought he was doing scissors. I thought it looked like a bear.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
see, as long as I,
at least he didn't say, hey, that old guy's getting arthritis. They could have probably said that, but they'd been nice about it. And here's a lot right here. You can
Here's
read
a-
that one.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
thank you, Mark. So Spencer says that Lindsay Thomas is one of the best rounded players on and off the field that I've had the privilege to coach. She has a drive that is unmatched and probably one of the most coachable kids on the planet. She is an amazing teammate, and I can't wait to watch her at the next level. Can't wait to get started back with travel softball this season. You girls done great tonight. Good luck on the rest of the season. Just amazing athletes at Barville.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You know what time it is, don't you? Let's see if we can pull that off. And you know it's coming. So if I can find it here, I'm half blind. Here we go.
Keep the train rolling.
Yeah, it gave a beep. What happened to it? Come on, train. Let's hear. There we go. It's
But
coming.
Mark, any final thoughts before we let them go? You kept them on here for 4.5 days.
Just like the train said, it's coming. It's like, it's like a tornado or avalanche. It's whatever you want. You know it's coming. You're not going to be able to stop it. It's coming. And that team's coming together. Great group of athletes there, just like Spencer said. Great coaches. And you can tell the athletes love their coaches, and you can tell the coaches love their athletes just as well. And the coaches in the background and having a good time with this team, with this team. And you can feel a lot of love with that. And that's where it starts. And these athletes definitely have heart. And if you got heart and you got all the love that they look at all the comments that these young ladies got tonight. Plenty of support, plenty of love. They already have the heart and the desire. It's coming. I would do another train whistle if I could hit the train whistle again, but it's coming.
But I do want to thank you for taking your time. Y'all been a great interview. From the times that I've got to watching, the stats I've got to see, the improvements there. Looking forward to getting to see you again. And you're definitely going to see at least me down there at district. I don't know if Mark's going to be there, but go get that win and head to the district championship. And don't invite Mark to 7 Brew because he'll make Coach go bankrupt.
Well, the brownies, you can't go wrong with Seven Brew brownies for sure.
But Mark, any final thoughts before we let him go?
No, just a great interview. And I already got another comment on here.
Coach says, Coach, always buy.
Well, Coach, I'm sure you agree with me, but it always tastes better when it's free. Got just a little bit better, got a little bit better flair. See,
Well,
even they're agreeing with me. They know.
I do got to give a big shout out to Coach for hooking me up with 3 great guests to bring on today for an interview. So, big shout out to the coach also. So,
And yeah, and Coach, got any more to send their direction? Send them. We'd love to have them, and just absolutely had a great time with this bunch here.
and again, thank you for taking your time, and we'll see you again here very shortly.
Thank you for
you.
having us.
Thank you. Great
Good
interview. Great interview.
Two
All
really
right,
good
so,
interviews.
so you ready to
And
do a? Go ahead.
I'm telling you, they are so. There are so many. Even with this young group right here, they are just so much young talent in this area. It's. Can I use the term brightening? I mean, it just the talent is just so much, so many places, and when we're speaking of Marvel. I mean, folks, just it. I don't look at wins and losses when I look at stuff. I look at improvements, and there's nobody in their right mind that can't look down that schedule and can't tell me that this team ain't improving game by game by game by game by game. And that's all you could ever ask for your team: improve, get better. They're putting in the work. They've got the love. It's all there for them. It's all a matter of and it seems like it's coming together.
Absolutely. And so before we close off, are you ready to do a quick rundown of the most anticipated graphic known to graphics?
And I think it was voted the number one graphic in the planet on off the planet Saturn too this week.
Yes.
Yeah,
On and off the planet.
yeah, on and off, and all them moons over there at Saturn.
So we're going to go with your Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media Top 5 Must See, which is McLean Hudson from South Warren with 20 home runs, Michaela Shepard from Perry County Central with 46 RBIs and 7 home runs, Scarlett from Letcher County Central with a 1.6 ERA, Jada from Lawrence County with 31 RBIs, and Molly from Belfry with 203 strikeouts, and 11 home runs.
McLean is one that I'm jumping on to again. I saw a national article about her where she is now in the running, not for region, not for district, not for state. She won state player of the year last year. Now she's in the running for a national player of the year. Now, again, this is research for you and Rob because this is over my head. How many times, if ever, that's happened, maybe in the state of Kentucky? I'm thinking something's telling me that maybe Tim Couch back in the day was national player of the year in the country or something like that. I'm thinking, but I mean, I'm sure it's been a very rare feat, and that just shows you what she's doing at this point. And I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag yet, but there might be some future guests off that list coming on very shortly.
I'm actually doing a little bit of search here for you, Mark. So I have to dig a little bit deeper because,
But I mean, if it has happened, it's probably been a very rare feat.
I would say you're right. And now this is your Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media Top 5 Must See for baseball, which is you got Cole from Taylor County still with a 0 ERA. Aaron from Rawlins County with 17 doubles. And if I ain't mistaken, I think he's still leading the state in that. Kip Allen from Whitley County with a .53 ERA. Brady from Ashland with 13 home runs. Rollin Burton from North Bullitt with 41 RBIs.
Is Cole ever going to allow a run all year? I mean,
Well, right now it's not looking that way. I think he's just shutting down everybody.
yeah, he just like nobody's going to score on me this year. I mean, I'd have to go back and look. Or as every game he pitched on in been shutouts, or had they been like a run scored that wasn't charged to him, due to error or something like that, that would be something I need to take time to look at myself. But that's just absolutely crazy stat right there. And again, that just shows the talent that we have in this state. And Taylor County, it's a little bit of a ride, but it's not that far. But and then you got Kip Allen. I talked a lot about Whitley there last week, and they're not
He's
taking
only
too soon.
allowed. He has pitched 43 innings, Mark. Allowed 7 hits and 1 run.
Unearned.
No, that's just 1 run. He has 0
That's what I was
unearned
saying.
the earned runs.
That's what I was saying. It was the run that wasn't charged.
Yeah, unearned.
It was
Yes.
an unearned run. So that was probably due to error, a drop fly, something like that. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's about all you can say about that. And of course,
And here's you a crazy stat too. He's getting you 30 RBIs and 7 home runs also, and
yeah,
batting a .437.
yeah. And then how Whitley's playing right now. I mean, we could use the same term. Ridiculous. That's just a star-studded lineup from top to bottom, and I'm telling you, it's saw even in the early RPI brackets, Whitley's number one on the RPI, not in the region, but statewide, and most of the polls have them, Trinity 1, Whitley 2, the RPI favors Whitley, and Edward over the years, just as well as me, that RPI normally shows its face when it comes to playoff time, and I'm a believer in it. And if the RPI is telling me that Whitley County is the number one team in the state of Kentucky, then it's hard for me to go against that RPI whenever I've seen it year in, year out in all sports prove itself right almost every time. I believe if I would look back, I believe, and somebody would probably quote me on this, but in 2013 when Whitley won the state championship in baseball, they went into the state tournament number one in the RPI.
I'd have to do some double checking, but it's been a great show. All great things must come to an end. We've had 4 phenomenal guests on tonight, but Mark, you got any final thoughts?
Great interviews. Great interviews. I like the energy that Emma brought, and even the 3 young ladies from Barville. It's just sheer energy, and it's getting that time of year. School's grinding. A couple more weeks of school left. Me as a bus driver, I'm getting tired. These students are getting tired, but they brought a lot of energy tonight, and I really like what I see tonight with the Barble Bunch. I really liked it. I like to coach with his players. I like to coach having fun with his players. And, we've seen it with Coach Daniels. We've seen it with Spencer. And we've seen it with a bunch of other, Chris Edwards and Coach Show. I can name hundreds of coaches just keep naming them again and again and again. So many out there that yeah, I'm telling you, it's just we're lucky. I won't shut up. We're lucky.
Absolutely. But, again, we've had, 4 phenomenal guests on tonight. It's been a great show. We went, quite a bit over normally what we normally do, but when the show's just got such
Time
a great
flies when
flow,
you're
you
having
just
fun. Time
you
flies
know
when
when
you're
it's
having
got when you got a great flow going on, great guests, you just keep rolling. But I'm gonna leave you like I always do. It's getting crunch time now. Go out and watch these great student athletes we have around here. Go out there and look at all the hard work, the dedication, and everything that they're putting in to get to the point where they're at right now. They'd love to see, their stadiums, their fields, everything full. Get out there and support them right now. But from everybody here at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media, I want to tell you good night and God bless.